Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile 2. You may be wondering where the last video went, so unless you didn't see it, so for the first 2,000 people who saw it, I made a video with Fiery Death and put it on the Hound, and then we had the Hound, igniting and then, exploding the stuff, and, it doesn't actually work, so a comment told me I should test Fiery Death on Incinerate, so that's what I did. Go to Act 1, went to Clearfell, and I went with, the Incinerate, because I was like, wait, it doesn't work, I gotta try this out for myself, see what they're talking about. So you ignite them, and then they very clearly, the corpse explodes, and it does damage, and then even the corpse explosion can ignite, so I was at least right about all that other stuff. It's just that for some reason, you put this on the Hound, and it doesn't work, even though it kind of should, because it, you know, the Hound ignites, and the Incinerate isn't hitting. I'm channeling Incinerate, and but, like, apparently it's... Yeah, so they don't explode. You could see the corpse, and that was the ignite, and he didn't even get to attack them, and yeah, you could see how there was a... And so, yeah, you could see the huge difference when you actually put this on Incinerate, and you incinerate, and then the corpse explodes. Let me just show you one more time again. And then there is no... Yeah. Like, it's... And then I was thinking that it was the frost mages deleting the... Like, shattering the corpse and causing it to not work that way, but... Yeah. So now... I still have to cover all the other stuff that I did, but I want to remake the vid. And so I'm going to go over my main links in the blink and all this other stuff I changed in my new tree, and we'll still go over the new patch and my new links now. So if you watch the other one, yeah, Fiery Death, unfortunate, sorry. But I now instead, will show you this, new links. So no Fiery Death, I run Feeding Frenzy, AoE, Magnified Effect, Feeding Frenzy, Minion Mastery +1, +1 fire mastery, and then the fire exposure. And so technically, these last two, you don't have to do this. You could replace the fire exposure with wildfire. You could do a bunch of different stuff. My mate, he mentioned a bunch that he liked. Like, you could do coal, strip away for the extra fire exposure. You could do ruthless, blind, maim. There's a bunch of different stunning, ruthless. Yeah, there's a bunch of options, but basically I've just went for the extra AoE on the ignite and the extra fire exposure when you ignite, because I found that you saw the range. He ignites and does this before he even gets to attack, and so and then it affects the whole area around him, and it's a really big radius compared to his attack range. And so when he has to go into attack range, and then he can damage things in all directions, not just forwards, and so it's bigger AoE than his attack. So I scaled the ignite over the attack, and then you don't have to worry about the accuracy with this either, which, yeah, if you don't have him summoned, it doesn't actually show his basic attack damage. But yeah, 1800 accuracy. So he still attacks for 26,000. It's just that you're not boosting it to like the 40,000. And then, yeah, unfortunate about Fiery Death. So technically, we could incinerate with Fiery Death, ignite the enemies, and then they would explode. But, like, yeah, no. It's really dumb, because really this sounds like it should work. With how it works on Incinerate, it should work on the Hound. But whatever, it doesn't. And why did it even recommend this if it doesn't even work? Like, I even... I tried using the 25% of damage as fire to get an ignite from that to then make it explode, and it still doesn't work. So it's so unfortunate that I made a vid telling people, and then it just... I thought it was bugged of just visually, but it just wasn't working. And I thought the shatter was ruining it too, but it wasn't even that. And now we know for sure because of the incinerate and from that awesome comment. So I appreciate it a lot. Now the rest. So Skeletal Frost Mages, since I put AoE on the Hellhound, which I could still use the AoE on the Frost Mages, since I told you I could replace these if I wanted to basically scale up its either attack or maybe even scale up the actual damage of this through some other means, some other supports. Apparently, Searing Flame doesn't scale the ignite from him, just like the Fiery Death not working. Yeah. So anyways, the Frost Mages, I'm using wildshards, scattershot, cold penetration, arcane tempo, and then fork. So yeah, we added fork to them. I would mention this in the video, but I'm going to redo all this because, well, I delete the vid and rip. I baited everyone with the Explode Hound. Rest in peace, dude. I was so excited too. I really wanted my AG, dude. God damn it. I thought I had the Explode AG back, but we do not. So yeah, fork only reduces the less damage from the projectiles after forking. And so I mentioned that scattershot will shoot 2 extra proj. So let's imagine you're shooting 3 projectiles, and the 3 projectiles hit enemies, and then they fork, and forking forks split into 2 extra projectiles. But those extra projectiles now do less damage, but technically the AoE explosion from the Frost Mage will actually, because the ice shard has an explosion, this doesn't get the less damage, only the projectile of the one after fork. So it doesn't even less damage of the original projectiles either, and so you just get extra range, extra clear. I really like it, and it doesn't hurt your damage other than the one link, which the one link I gave up was AoE, so I didn't lose damage, I just lost the AoE, and then I gained fork to get extra projectiles and extra clear. And you could almost argue extra AoE in a way, but obviously not AoE, it's extra projectiles. So then we added blink. And the links, so I mentioned how I went for the extra +1 corruption. I got it for like 1D, and then I leveled up the gem using my 2120 video trick, where you add the gem after it's corrupted. But yeah, it was only a 3 link. It's 2 sockets. It doesn't have any extra. There was one with an extra socket, so it was a 4 link, and then it was 8D, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And so I just grabbed this because it was cheap, and then I upgraded it. The spirit gem level 20 is like 4D, so that part's expensive, or it was actually like 5D, but the reason to get the 21 is I can teleport 5 meters. At 20 it's 4.9, and yeah, I think it's 0.1 per level. And then the cooldown, I have 3.5, and you can get 3.5 from 20 as well, so that didn't help with the extra level, but 20 is good. And so you could have a 19 with the +1 to get that cooldown. The cooldown's like the most important in the teleport range, and then these are the highest I got. And then I realized that we have plus minion levels and stuff, and then you don't have this plus spell level, so you don't get the extra levels on your blink, which these extra levels would actually be nice for the extra distance and the cooldown. And then I run ingenuity for the extra CDR rate, so I got it down to 2.5 second cooldown, and we cast it 1.43 times a second. And then I use unbreakable so that you have a higher stun threshold while you're using it, because it has a cast time. You don't instantly teleport. And then yeah, it has CDR rate through the quality as well, and you could technically get 1 extra increased CDR from the quality with 23 or 22, but I value the level more with the extra teleport range. And then it's actually extra range over the cooldown, like if you had to compare it of like how much relative. Yeah, this is the 1% CDR is less than the 0.1 meter in like relative terms. And then I wanted to, yeah, with the new patch, we have it where our minions are teleporting instantly, so that's why this is the new patch setup, and that's why I redid the vid, because I don't want to bait everybody with the Hound explode thing. It was a mistake, and I tested it with what the comment suggested right away. And then yeah, so the minions teleport and respawn instantly now, which is huge. So we're able to save the revive points on the tree. So I took away this 15%, this 15, and these 5%. So we saved 4 points. I took an extra jewel socket, and I went crit damage bonus, attack and cast speed, minion damage. You can also go minion crit hit chance instead, but it's more expensive instead of the attack and cast speed, so I just went with this cheap one with minion damage, and it was well rolled, and I corrupted it and hit chaos res. But yeah, I just changed the tree a little bit for the damage, for the extra jewel instead of the revive, and I've been liking the instant revive after you get out of range with using blink and stuff, and not having to worry about this extra revive stuff on the tree. It's really huge, and like when we blink in, we instantly get them, and then they're just respawn timer animation and the cast time on the actual abilities to start clearing, compared to waiting 5 seconds, and then you still had to wait for the respawn animation and still had to wait for the cast of the spells. So it's just saving tons of seconds, and your clear goes up a lot. So somebody also asked how I mentioned this in the last one, but I'll mention it here because they deleted the vid. So the frost mages are 35, and someone was wondering how I did this, because we only have the 10 levels from the gear, so 5, 2, and 3. And if you look, it says 14 global modifier levels, and then you have the 1 corruption, so it's a 20 with the extra 1, 21, and then we had an extra 14 apparently, but you only know about 10. So on my tree, we have the extra +1 through Endless Blizzard. This gives a +1 to the Frost Mage. It's worth it. It's good for 4 points. It's like a jewel socket, but it's +1, and then it's really strong, actually. Technically, the jewel will also buff up the Hound, where this is only buffing up the Frost Mages, but the Frost Mages are most of our damage, most of our clear. This Hound link is going to help for your damage again. Man, I really wanted that explode window. I think it should work. I think it's bugged, and it probably should work anyways. Especially how it recommended it. You're wondering about the last 3 levels, because that was just one. Had a jewel. I made a video, Prism of Belief. It's why nobody saw the vid. It's because it's named Prism of Belief instead of being +3 to Frost Mage's jewel. Like, something like that would have hit everybody obviously a lot more, because they don't even know what a Prism of Belief is, because this drops from the Arbiter of Ash. It's the final boss, the pinnacle. So yeah, people don't even know. You could get a +3 of each skill, and then it was really hard to even search for these. You needed to have a Reddit post that had these IDs, and then you could search the ID of like 52, and then you off of that you could have it. Didn't even, that same number was for multiple of the gems, and it was really dumb and convoluted for no reason. Where now you can just search Skeletal Frost Mage, and it'll actually be an option in the search, and you could put 3, and you can actually find the jewels way easier than you could before. So the trade's been improved. Then okay, so I showed the clear with that, and then I guess it wasn't even working, and so my clear is good without the Explode Hound, and then I guess I'll show you guys what it's like with this setup without the without Explode Hound. It's instead gonna be the Ignite and normal attack, like how he has levels and just damage and AoE and fire exposure. But I'll show the setup with the blink and everything, and the clear and the... I'm really sorry about the Explode Hound. I really thought it was working, but it was just visually bugged, and I'm glad that the comment helped and gave me the advice to how to verify it, confirm it, and then obviously begin using better links and to correct my vid, put this out. Which I'm literally just, I'm gonna be putting it out that the Hound does not explode. New links, new build update, like, man, it's so scuffed. Why would it be recommended? It's kind of insane, actually. Like, that it was part of the ones that say that it works, and I still think it should work, and then if they actually fix it, and then it is working after, and then like the clear from that's going to be insane, because the explosions are pretty big with the crit, and then it can ignite. I have confirmed that. And then imagine if Searing Flame was supposed to work too, and it actually gets scaled by everything, and it scales the Hound's ignite later. That'll be insane. Going really well though. And then technically the map I showed too was 100% more minion life, or more monster life, so they were super tanky too, and I was still clearing pretty well in a breach and everything. This is 3 projectile. We got increased effect. It turned 2 proj into 3 proj. God damn. We have the... Oh my god, the Forsaken Miners with the billion dynamite. At least you could see them now. But yeah, you definitely would have seen the Fiery Death explosions way more. If it was actually working, you'd really be seeing it happening all the time. It looks like DD. The corpse lights out. You saw it when I showed it. We're already done with the map. Holy, there's no monsters on this map. That's crazy. Where's my breach? That's what I'm really thinking about. Did it just... Nice. That's a tiny map. It's a pretty nice map. Okay, we just have these 2, and then I'm gonna get the breach. Riverside. Hopefully it's in between here. Yeah, Blink is so sick. And you can see how our stuff is constantly teleporting, because it's constantly getting out of range. And I'm up to 640 regen. Bro, I can't believe it doesn't work, man. Why doesn't it work? You know how many people have put that in and are griefing? Even before me, I'm telling you, I guarantee so many people are using it, and then to show them this is gonna be huge. Where's the breach, man? I cleared the whole map. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, there we go. The last spot I looked. Alright, watch this clear. It's gonna be even better now that we have our Hound actually doing extra damage. It's not just the... And it does have the more life on this map. And, yeah, the Hound doing more damage, not getting in the way, doing literally not even exploding, and then all the scaling stuff I put on it for no reason. Oh my god. This is way better. So much extra damage. Like, the basic auto went from 15k to 26k. And that's with the AoE support still, and the fire exposure. Like, it's crazy. And it had the more life, so the Ignite's doing extra too. And like I say, you could still use Wildfire if you wanted extra clear through the Ignite and not just through the Skeletal Frost Mages. Pretty cool. But yeah, the clear's sick with the fork on the Frost Mages. They have so much extra range, because when they hit from their normal range, then it cascades through and keeps forking and exploding and doing more. Well, sorry again about the bait explode Hound. Hopefully soon. And man, dude, everyone wanted it too. The video was doing so well, but yeah, I have to correct it, and I had to take it down and post a new vid of my new setup. Either way, this patch is sick with the instant revive off of despawning, and thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoy the blink. Hope you guys enjoy the new Hound link with just doing giga damage and not worrying about the fiery death. You could, like I say, still use it technically on Incinerate and then just cast it yourself, which again, why would it work from this but not the Hound's Ignite? That's the, like, is this hitting? Is this hitting? It's an Ignite. I don't know. It's not hitting, really. It's just igniting. The other one just ignites, isn't it? I don't get it. Either way, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And, sorry again for the bait. Final outro to the vid. Thank you to my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you to Rico549, David, Hannes, Cynic, Salad, Austin, Alex, Johan, and Hate. Thanks for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!